Hey guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks. And all right, so we're doing the scenery now on these two modules. They're still not tied together right now, but because I really don't need to have them tied together. When the third section goes in the middle, this all will add up a little bit more. All right, because this is real close here to the loading dock, but that's kind of where it needs to be on this. This is the only one that's going to be a floater. I can put this wherever I need to go. So what we have here is we have the interstate shop from Walters. That's the B&O hotel from Bantam Models that I kit bashed and turned into Tara's Inn and House of Repute on the top floor. That's the Columbia Mill. I like that one. I like the symbol on it. All these two buildings were built for my Hot Tracks module, and since I'm not going to be showing the Hot Tracks and this together at the same time, I decided that I'm just going to use these for dual purpose. They all have full interiors, all have lighting, that same thing. And this over here is Al's Victory gas station. There's going to be a road that comes across here, where, not 100% sure. It's going to be probably about here across. We'll put the pumps over here on the gas station or up front a little bit, but we'll get to that later. So you guys have been following me for a while, and you followed me during the Hot Tracks build and the End Tracks build. You know that I like to use magnets for putting in my buildings. Magnets in my buildings. Yes, that's right. That's what I said. The reason why I do that is inside my buildings, I have magnets on the corners. All right. So on this table, I'll drill a couple of holes to recess this in. The magnets will sit down in the cork. They'll be glued in. I'll put dirt over them to finish them so you won't be that noticeable. If the model's not there, there'll be a hole for the lines going through. I do this for two reasons. One, ease of setup. I drop the wires through, I put this down, and boom, it literally locks right into place where it needs to be. So if someone's helping me set up and they're like, where does this go? I'm just like, just drop it in the hole and face that way and just move it around, it'll find its spot. And it literally pulls itself into its spot. This one is the only one I don't have a magnet in. I don't know why. I just forgot to put a magnet in that one, but I can fix that later on. When we build this, we'll add the magnets into this one, probably in the corners. We're not really that noticeable. That one's the same thing. It has the magnets in and everything else. This doesn't have magnets in. This is actually two buildings. I'm contemplating moving this down and setting this up over here, such as this. And then this will be field or dirt. Maybe I'll put a pen up here. I can put a pen up, and there'll be some animals back there, but I don't know. But this is very similar to what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do in this video, before I do my ground cover and everything else, even if I pave this area, because I raise my paving up, I use grout. And I actually, if you look at the Woodland Scenics road kit that they sell, it uses like a foam tape that uses to raise the height, and then they put a spackle or whatever in. I do pretty much the same thing, except I use double-sided 3M tape, and I put it all down. I map out my area where I want it. I put the tape down. I lay plastic over the top. I peel off the double-sided tape. I stick the plastic down, and I go to town on it. I put the grout in and let it sit. Let it set up. These magnets are strong enough that even through 1/8 inch of grout, these will hold right back into place with no problem. So that's it. I'm gonna put this on a parking lot. This one's gonna be on a parking lot. That's gonna be all dirt over there. So we're gonna go back in here and touch up this dirt and finish up this dirt. Roadway some more. That's pretty much that. I might pave part of this a little bit, but this is not going to be a full paved thing. This repair shop over here is going to get paved, and this is just the pavement's going to go down to dirt. The roadway is the same thing. I'm going to do the roadway out of grout, but I just got to get these buildings in and figure out the width of the road, and then this building will be determined later. Same with this one. I'm going to have these across the street from each other. Like I said, everything's going to be lit when this build is coming up on the channel very shortly, so stay tuned for that. This is going to be pretty cool. We're going to do an interior. I may come in here and ground out underneath this pit and actually have a pit in there where when it's all set up, there'll be people inside the pit. You'll see people, a guy under the car working on it in the pit. Yeah, so that's basically where we are. So like I said, I use these. You can get these off of Amazon. These magnets, they're relatively cheap. They're rare earth magnets. These are 6 millimeters. They're cheap enough. I would say get a set of 6s and a set of 10s. If you have the room for the 10s, they're going to hold whatever you're holding down pretty good. My N scale module, once everything's on my N scale module, I can turn that thing upside down. Those buildings don't come off. And pretty much the same with these. These are pretty heavy, and they have full interiors in them, so there's extra weight inside. And they even with 4 of these magnets, there's just 4 in the corners, they hold pretty straight. So let me break out 2 more, because I need 2 more for this one. And you don't have to do what I did. You could just do 3 in here, and that would be fine. But I did 4, and I did 3 facing in one direction, and 1. There's 3 positives and 1 negative. So when it sits down on there, it marks it. You know which one. You can't actually put this in backwards. So this is going to be close to the edge on here, because I want room over here for people to be able to drive around to get to this end, because this is the road. It's not going all the way on the edge, but it's going to be over here somewhere. We have grass and dirt over here, and pavement, parking lot, pavement, and then grass. This is going to be over, whatever. So we'll work on this. These 2 are really going to get done later. We're just going to work on this side. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so you got the drill. Got my drill bit. This drill bit is slightly bigger than the magnet, which is kind of what I want. I've even gone bigger, but I've gotten a little more accurate with what I do now, so I don't need to have a huge hole in here. So I just want to line these up pretty much where I want it. All right. And so as you remember that underneath this dirt, there is cork. And underneath the cork, there's the 1/2-inch plywood. So what I'm going to do is this kind of worked the last time, so I'm hoping it works this time. Nope. All right, so the other thing that we did the last time, that another time before that, because this is the other thing, is I did this. This worked. I know. You'll see. Ta-da! All right. That hole is deeper than that magnet, which that's what I want. I want that magnet to sit in the bottom of that like that. Perfect. And as you can tell, there's room, which is exactly what you want, because when we put this down, I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper under this, and then we'll put it in, and it's just going to line them. The magnet's going to glue into the right spot. I start going backwards. It kind of breaks up anything down there. It kind of eats up a little bit of the cork. and go forward. Really got a lot of wood showing through there, then I know I'm good. So that's basically how we line this up. All right, guys, so this is parchment paper or wax paper. I'm not really sure which one my wife gets, and because these are they're not in the box. So basically, what I'm using this for is when I glue those magnets down, I don't glue that building down. So let's get to that. I use 2 types of glue. Yes, 2 types. I took the rubber bands off because I need this to get flat. So what I do, take the magnets off, keep them separated because they will draw in together real quick. So what I want to do, lay that out on there. They're in place where they're going to be. Now, a lot of times, most of the time, I just fill this hole up a little bit with the thick CA. Nice drop in there is pretty good. And that's pretty much it. So, the one little weird thing with this is that there's actually these wires under here. I usually don't have these under there. So, as you can see, I'm well organized. All right, so the last time I did this, obviously I didn't have these wires in here, so, or I drilled a hole and did this before. I don't remember off the top of my head because it's been 2 years since I did this on the HO one. We are having a little bit of an issue, so adapt to overcome. I told you guys I'd show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we just let this dry for a little bit, and then we go on from there. I'm gonna do the double magnet tricks on that one too, because actually that one's not so bad because I was able to tuck the wires up inside. I'm a little off on the wires. We'll re-drill a hole. All right, guys. So we're gonna give this a little time to dry and set up, and we'll come back to it. And I'll start setting up for this one. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys. So we're back. This side's all dried up. This side, I videoed it and I forgot to hit video, apparently. So this side's all dry. Basically, why I like this is, all right, you can, well, when the plug's not in the hole, so you come over to your layout. A little off, bump it in place, boom, right where it needs to be. Cars are clear. Cars were clear. Yeah, cars are clear. It's tight, it's a tight fit. We'll do a little adjustment on it. So you're in place. This doesn't get put in place only because it's going to move around. When we get the center section in, this might be over there like that, but it works over here for the aesthetics, for loading, offloading a flat car. That's really it on that. This one over here, we're going to do that one next. So basically, okay, let me just set this up again, and so we can get over here and we can look at what we're going to do over here. because I'm gonna show you how I finish off these holes. All right, so just give me 2 seconds. All right, so this is what we do. All I do. These are sunk in with the crazy glue. They're set down in there, and that's the way I want it. They're a little bit under. Well, this one's a little. Yeah, they're a little bit underneath the surface where that's perfect. And I just take a little bit of this glue. And I try to get it to go down and get in that crack. Fills it in. It's going to shrink a little bit too. Kind of seals it off. All right. So that's pretty much that. So yeah, it pretty much, I'm gonna poke it in, get it down around to fill in the gap in there, and then that's usually, and then this comes down, and this glue shrinks a little bit when it dries, so it kind of smooths everything out. And then we'll come in here when we start doing more dirt work and other stuff. We'll lay into that. I'm gonna lay. These are gonna go. This is gonna go on top of the asphalt. Sometimes I've done a couple of them where I figure out where they are, and I do the scenery right up to the base, and it covers it up. I'm not worried about that. Like I said, this is a Fremo module, more like operations, and the scenery is just really the finishing touches on it. So let's do that. All right, guys, I got a zip tie, the end of a zip tie here. I'm just gonna find where the deep spot is. I'm gonna push down this glue into there and get the air out. All right, so that's basically that. And then, we'll put a little, this is gonna get covered with the road, with the asphalt for the parking lot, and that's gonna be it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw some pictures up of this area, the area under here, so you can see what the magnets look finished, unfinished, and then what the holes look like, so you have an idea what we're doing. And I'm just gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for watching Jack on Tracks. Like and subscribe. I hope this free mode. Fremo build has been interesting for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Really, if you have any questions, please ask them. I like to have the interaction with my viewers. What little viewers I have, I still like to have interaction with you guys. We're moving along. We're approaching 600, which is awesome. And yeah, that's really it. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll catch you later.